cracking, ladies and yucklemen? Lovato checking in here with another vlog. I'm going to try to keep it interesting for you guys because that's what vlogs are for, right? I hope you guys had a great Christmas and you're ready to tackle the new year with some new gains to be made and some new cheeks to be clapped. Know what I'm saying? Alright. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to continue the Q&A from my Facebook from a few weeks ago because the question list was long and I don't want to skip too many of them. If you're not following me yet, follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram at Yucky Lovato. What I'm going to do is I'm going to answer as many questions as I feel like right now, and then I'll let you finish watching the footage from the past few weeks, the lifting footage, maybe with some music, you know, something to keep it interesting for you. So here we go. Next question on the list is, would you rather wrestle an extremely angry George Lehman or an extremely horny Cali Muscle? Very good question here. Let me think it out. Not serious, I already have the answer. An extremely horny Cali Muscle. I think Cali Muscle's kind of cute. Next question. Any plans for competitions in the near future? No plans for competitions in the near future. However, that's not to say I will not cut in the near future. I don't know. I don't want to comment on that yet. But competitions, no, because the more and more I think about them, the more and more it's just a money-hungry business. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll touch more on that in another video. Okay, next question. What are your lifetime goals or long-term goals in the gym and outside? That's tough to say. You know, goals come and go, you know, from year to year, month to month, whatever it may be. I'll tackle it one by one. Goals in the gym, I never want to be, you know, weaker or average in strength. I want to always be stronger than, you know, above the curve as far as my strength goes, despite my training being kind of on the downhill lately, or, you know, slope, or, you know, just a bump in the road where I'm not as strong as I've ever been. But I train to have a good amount of strength. I'm not going to break any world records, but I do plan on having that strength for a while. I just feel good about it. As far as outside the gym, you know, Matt and I run Legends of Aesthetics. I'm planning on a big year in 2015. All of your guys' support has contributed hugely to the success of Legends of Aesthetics. You know, that's really what constitutes it. That's what makes it. So I got to thank all of you guys for that. We always zone out people that hate or doubt or whatever because, as you guys know, it's become a legitimate business, and we put a lot of effort into this, and we have a lot of belief in this. So thanks for believing us. It goes both ways. Thoughts on reverse dieting? That's a kind of a complicated topic, but I will say it's better to approach a post dieting phase with a controlled increase in calories if you don't want to blow up like a balloon. That being said, you can make the decision on what you want to do. Eventually you can still get into elite shape. It's just a matter of what you're going to look like after the rigorous dieting phase. If that concerns you a lot, do more research on it, apply it more tightly. If it doesn't concern you, then do you. Do you, girl? Alright. Next question is Chris Lovato, any collaboration would be flarking dope. Name at least 3 people you'd want to collab with and why. Lately, I've always been friends with Omar Isuf, and I know he's coming to LA, California for the first time. I don't think he's been here, I don't even know if ever, but we've been planning about doing a little collab and at least meeting up. You know, I feel like he'd be my boy. I feel like we'd be friends on or off the camera. And you know, you just know when you have those bromance moments with people when you meet them. We just connect and we're just alpha as hell. That's one. I don't know, I like to collaborate with a lot of people, but that's just one that stands out right now, and I know it's coming up. So yeah, let me know if you want us to make that happen for sure, because we haven't set anything in stone. However, I am going to see him, his long, beautiful Kim Kardashian hair, eyebrows, and inferior calves. Okay, next question. Do you even lift? Let you stare at the screen for a split second, and that answers your question. Next question. How much tren? I don't tren, but if I were to tren, about True Fitty. What are your 3 biggest life lessons? Damn, man. That's gonna take too much time to think about, but I will say, in life, man, you're your mental state, basically your perception of what's going on, is the most important factor in anything really, versus the actual occurrence. So basically anything can happen in life, but it's your perception of the situation that matters. It's your perception that dictates what route you take, what direction you go in, whether it's positive or negative, and whether you grow or fail from the experience. So I've learned that a lot, and it's super important to have that positive mindset for any situation, no matter how hard it is. I know some of us are more unlucky than others, some of us are less fortunate than others, but regardless, your mindset can be as good as you want it to be. My example is you can have a homeless guy that doesn't make any money, right guys, and he can be happy all the time. Somebody gives him a quarter, he celebrates, or he's just happy just talking to people, being there, even knowing he might not live as long, for whatever reasons, being homeless. Or you can have a rich guy, someone who's making multi-millions and always miserable. He's never finds love. But you know what I mean. Real talk, it's all in your perception. So I would rather be that homeless guy super happy all the time than the multi-millionaire that hates life, because ultimately being happy is what matters. And really put some thought into that and you'll see what I mean, guys. I know it sounds crazy at first, but think about it. Happiness is crucial. Okay, next question is best advice for working out for aesthetics. Just always look for progressive overload, guys. Basically it means, I'll make it even simpler. You guys should train to get stronger over a long period of time, little by little. As long as you're doing that, and as long as you're not neglecting muscle groups, you should be on an optimal or close to optimal path as far as strength gains as well as hypertrophy gains, which means muscle, balanced muscle gains, which ultimately lead to aesthetics. Okay, next question. Who are you? That's from my brother Steve. We're basically the same person except for he's a little bit uglier, so I'll let that one go by. Next question from Joseph Polizzi. What's up, man? He's a fellow YouTuber if you guys haven't looked him up. He says, do you think there's validity to muscle confusion in its universal fuck is that? All right, in its universal sense? No. Confusing the muscle with different exercises so that it keeps growing is not an accurate thing to be doing if you look at the effects of training that way versus the effects of just improving at certain exercises for certain muscle groups over time. But if let's say you're new and you just started lifting weights, or you're fairly new, introducing new exercises to your routine or new things that might target muscles that you haven't been targeting will lead to new gains and new improvements in both hypertrophy and strength wise. So I don't know if you could consider that quote unquote muscle confusion, or just affecting the muscle in a way that you haven't before. That will definitely lead to gains, but it's in its traditional sense, no, it doesn't. There's no validity to muscle confusion. Alright, next question. Do you always poop before max deadlifts, or are you a risk taker? That's a tough question, and I'm going to answer it with a trick answer, I guess you could say. I always poop before max deadlifts, and if you don't, it's kind of like asking for it, man. But am I a risk taker? He said either or, right? Well, I am a risk taker. I'm just not a risk taker in stupid ways. So I do poop before deadlifts, and I am a risk taker. Peace.
Hey, yo, who's mounting the storage space in the Corvette? I'm at Home Depot, guys. I'm actually making the metal piping for the banner for our trade shows, for the Olympia Expo in particular, which I'm excited to go to this coming week. Anyway, I thought I was gonna need help with this piping because it was like over 8 feet long. It's like, shit, I drove my Corvette here strong. That was kind of a lack of planning, but still, check it out. It fit, and there's even more room, so check it out. And this is just some of the piping, guys. I put more of it in the back, but look, it goes all the way to the passenger seat, followed all the way to the trunk, along with other piping right there. Show you it from the back, because you know we like to hit it from the back. I like to have a lot of clothes in here, guys, just because I like to be able to change after the gym or if I'm going somewhere. It's just always handy. Protecting the edges of the pipes here so it doesn't scratch the top of the trunk there. But, fuck, bro. That's better than I expected for a vet. Anyway, son, I am impressed. Alright, guys, I'll try to get some more videos, by the way, of the Z06 in action. But I'm going to clean it first, and I'm only going to clean it after the Olympia, because otherwise it's just going to sit here clean for no reason. Okay, peace. Okay, guys, Friday night. Let it focus. Friday night. Just chilling.
Hi, guys.
We're about to get some pre-workout nutrition at Panda Express.
Our protein orange chicken.
It's our pre-workout meal because we have to go out and own at bowling because it's my cousin's 27th, 28th birthday? 27th, 28th birthday. Basically my cousin Melissa, and she is almost like a sister to me because we grew up together since we were both only children. But yeah, we're about to get our meal at Panda Express. Bunch of chicken, bunch of protein, and some carbs and fat. And we're about to get some bowling in. Alright? It's kind of unique. I don't bowl too much, but we'll see how it goes. I'll show you my meal and then I'll put it on once we're bowling. Alright. Cheers. Just gotta skip my game face on. Just had our pre-bowling meal and do some stretches because anything you do in life you have to take it as serious as possible. And I don't think that bowling is a joke. I'm ready.
I can breathe again, I can see again, I can feel how it feels to be free again. I can dream again, I believe again. I see angels looking down in astonishment, and my heart is beating. I'm still breathing, my body was freezing. You stopped the bleeding, you bring me to life.
The other way, guys. Strong, I just go. That's how the UFC does it.